San Antonio Spurs rookie power forward/center Victor Wembanyama, the number 1 pick in this year's draft out of French pro club Metropolitans 92, is one of the most highly touted pro prospects in the history of the NBA draft. A defense-first big man with the handle and shooting of a guard, the 7 feet 4 inches superstar in training seems poised to be one of the league's leading lights. One of the few people in the world who has dealt with a similar level of hype heading into the league has now weighed in, and he doesn't think the transition will happen overnight. The best player in UCLA Bruins basketball history, Hall of Fame center Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, recently chatted with Justin Turman and Jason Jackson of SiriusXM NBA Radio at this year's NBA Summer League in Las Vegas about Wembanyama's immediate and long-term futures. Then still Lewis Door, Abdul-Jabbar won 3 NCAA titles while with UCLA. Across his 88 college contests, the 7 feet 2 inches big man averaged 26.4 points on 63.9% shooting from the floor and 15.5 rebounds. During his collegiate tenure, he was a 3-time AP Player of the Year, a 3-time Consensus All-American, a 3-time All-Pac-12 honoree, a 3-time NCAA All-Tourney and All-Region selection, and the winner of the Naismith Award. And that's just his college accolades. Sacko was the top prospect remaining from Canada. Over the weekend, Georgia Tech basketball made a nice addition to its 2023 class. Ibrahima Sacko, who is originally from Guinea but has prepped at J. Addison in Ontario in Canada, committed to Georgia Tech, joining 4-star forward Bain Dongo as the 2 players in the class. Sacko listed his top 4 schools last month. Georgia Tech beat out BYU, Oregon, and Xavier for Sacko. Sacko is a 6'6" wing player that has a 7 feet 1 inch wingspan. He is an intriguing athlete that brings a high upside to the Yellow Jackets, maybe as soon as this season. Stoudemire has helped develop NBA players while with the Boston Celtics, and that could be a big thing in Georgia Tech's favor. He is also a solid rebounder. If you have heard Stoudemire talk about how he wants his roster to look now and in the future, he constantly mentions athleticism and length as 2 things that he is looking for when making roster decisions. He discussed this with analyst John Rothstein on the College Hoops Today podcast. But honestly, I think all of the guys that we added, I brought in length, I wanted long guys, I wanted athletic guys, I wanted 3-and-D type of guys. He has 4 years of eligibility left and has a chance to possibly make an impact for the Yellow Jackets last season. Stoudemire has remade this roster with transfers like Kawasi Reeves, Amari Abram, Ebenezer Daona, Tyson Claude, Tafra Gapar, and Jalen Forrest, and they got a big boost with last year's leading scorer Miles Kelly deciding to come back to Atlanta for another season. Former UCLA Bruins All-American third-team shooting guard Johnny Juzang, who spent his 2022-23 rookie season with the Utah Jazz after going undrafted out of school, may have already played his last summer league game. Per Andy Larson of the Salt Lake Tribune, the 6 feet 7 inches swingman will sit for Utah's Summer League semifinals contest today with a reported left quad contusion. The Jazz are scheduled to play the Houston Rockets at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, a broadcast slated for ESPN2. It appears Utah is effectively ending its Summer League season by sitting most of its best players. All 3 of the Jazz's 2023 first-round picks, 9th pick Taylor Hendricks out of the University of Central Florida, number 16 pick Keontae George out of Baylor, and number 28 pick Bryce Sensabaugh out of Ohio State, will all miss the bout tonight. 2022 lottery selection Ochai Agbaji will also miss the matchup with a tight low back. Power forward Luka Samanic is reportedly dealing with a tight upper back. In your 30s, having a tight back is just reclassified as being alive, but these young guns have the luxury of considering these back ailments freak issues that will soon be corrected. Juzang inked a 2-way contract with the Jazz in 2022-23. He played spot minutes for Utah across 18 games last season, averaging a modest 4.8 points and 2.2 rebounds. In 17 contests with the club's G League affiliate, the Salt Lake City Stars, Juzang averaged 20.8 points on a .429/.364/.907/ line, 5.4 rebounds, 3.3 assists. It remains to be seen whether Juzang will return to the Jazz next year.